Alright, let's start it. Namaste everyone. Really excited to have all of you in the Hindi University. My name is Ashutosh. As you know, we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, and we learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. For those of you who are really interested in joining the live interactive class that we have, you can find all the details on our main page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University. So if you missed any of the previous classes, you can find all the recorded classes, both the places here as well as here. Okay. As you know, we've been covering two books this year. One is Pingu Learns Hindi, and the other one that we have is the Advanced Hindi Grammar by Professor Ashu Ji. And both the books, you can find the links of both the books on this page that we have, tiny.cc/Hindi University. Okay. As you know, we spent first half an hour covering or strengthening the introductory topics from Pingu Learns Hindi, and the next 30 minutes we cover the grammatical concepts, the new grammatical concept from the Advanced Hindi Grammar. Okay, so both it's a parallel track. Okay, so both beginners as well as the intermediate advanced level can follow along. That is sort of the purpose. Okay, with that in mind, let's get started. And as always, any questions you guys have, feel free to unmute yourself and ask your questions. Don't be shy. If you have the question, most likely other friends of ours will have the similar question. So it's better that you share the questions with everyone. Okay. Just want to make sure that my audio is clear and all of you can hear me. Okay. So looks like I got some thumbs up. So the audio is good. So today, what are we gonna do? So first 30 minutes we'll be spending on Hindi possessive pronouns. I know it's a very basic topic, but I still want to make sure everyone has got a grasp of it. So we'll just do a small game around that, and we'll check everyone's understanding on Hindi possessive pronoun. And the next 30 minutes we'll be spending on a new chapter from Ashu Ji's book, chapter number 5, in which she will talk about how to express continuity, how to express continuity of any action, how to express continuity of action in Hindi using verbs such as REHNA, jana. Okay, so we'll play around with those sentences as well. That's it. So let's just get directly to the learning. So start with the possessive pronoun. I'll keep it very simple, and I'm gonna make a small table. Okay. On the left hand side, I will have some possessive pronouns, and I'm gonna ask all of you to write down in the chat what are some of the Hindi possessive pronouns you are familiar with. Okay, so write down any of the Hindi possessive pronouns that you are familiar with, and I want also you to write down some of the Hindi nouns. Okay, so everything is coming from you because this is a beginner's topic. I'll try to take as much input from you as possible. So take a couple of minutes. Okay, so Sarah ji has written some possessive pronoun. I want all of you to try it out as well. Okay, as well as folks who are watching on Facebook. Namaste Liya ji, Amy ji, Maddie, Gopal ji. So I want all of you to participate. Share some of the Hindi possessive pronouns as well as some of the nouns. Okay, so I got some of them such as mera, meri, okay, mere. Okay, I got similarly from uni. I have got aapka, aapki, aapke. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I unmute. Okay, and similarly I have unka, un. Okay, so you have some more. You have unka, unki, unke. Keep them coming. Okay, this is great. Okay, you have apna, apni, and apne. Okay, great. So I'm gonna write that as well. Apna, apni, apne. There are a lot of them, but as you can tell, the structure is more or less the same. You have some Suvilai ji saying uska, uski, uske. Okay, great, great. Tumhara, tumhari. Okay, so you have this as well. Tumhara, tumhari, and you have tumhare. This is great actually. So let's just quickly summarize it. What is mera, meri, and mere? So I'm going to ask Sarah, you want to share what is mera, meri, and mere, and how is it? What is the base pronoun that you have here?
Yeah, it's my.
Okay.
And so mera would be masculine singular, mere would be masculine plural or mixed gender plural, and then meri would be singular female or plural female.
Okay. So mera, meri, and mere is nothing but my. In English, you have my. Okay. In Hindi, you have three forms of it. Mera, as you are saying, is we will talk about the different noun. Okay. If the noun is masculine singular, you will use mera. You're saying if the noun is feminine singular or plural, you use meri, and if it is masculine plural, you will use mere. Is that correct? I summarize your point correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, great. Let's see, you have aapka, aapki, and aapke. Let's see, who wrote this one? Uni, what is aapka, aapki, and aapke?
Aapka, aapki, aapke, simply say your.
Your. Okay.
Your.
Great. Yes.
In case the noun located behind of this possessive pronoun, in case the noun is female, then aapki, and the masculine, then aapka. And in case of masculine plural, then we use aapke.
Great, great. This is fantastic. Okay. Now let's see. I'm gonna switch. So let's see tumhara, tumhari, and tumhare. Okay. I hope you guys are all prepared and I don't get you by surprise. Anjali ji, what is tumhara, tumhari, and tumhare?
Tumhara is for your, but it's a familiar your. So if you know the person.
Okay.
Tumhari with the feminine and tumhare with the plural.
Okay. So what is the difference? You have aapka, aapki, aapke is also your. Tumhara, tumhari, tumhare is also yours. Right? Why? When do you use which one?
You can use aapka, aapki, aapke when it's an elder to show respect if you don't know the person, and then the tum series if you're familiar, if it's someone younger than you.
Yeah, great. So if you want to give respect, if someone is elder, you can use the little bit more formal form. If you're familiar with the people, you are comfortable, you can use a semi-formal form, which is tumhara, tumhari, and tumhare, and that's your. Great. Let's do unka, unki, and unke. Christina ji, what is unka, unki, and unke?
There.
There. Great. There. And how do you use them?
Unki kitabe.
Unki kitabe, very good. Great. Same concept. If it is the noun that you have is masculine singular, it's unka. If it is feminine singular, unki. If it is masculine plural, it's unke. Great. And let's see, Professor Claire, what is apna, apni, and apne?
Well, I slightly regret saying this because it's a little hard, but so it can be anything, but it refers to the subject of the sentence.
I see.
So if it's like मैं अपने भाई के साथ घूमने गए.
Okay.
I went with it becomes it's my brother because
Okay.
may is the subject of the sentence.
Yeah. You can also use it along with your possessive pronoun, which is mera apna bhai, my own brother, right? Aapka apna ladka, okay? I mean, you can say that as well. I mean, but yeah, you are right? मैं अपने भाई के साथ घूमने गई, my own brother. So I'm gonna remove it from here, but it's basically, used along with basically your either you can use it with possessive pronouns, or if you have other pronouns, you can emphasize to the ownership basically, right? I mean, or the, let's see, Kelly ji, you want to share uska, uski and uske?
His or her.
His or her. And okay, awesome. So we'll do some examples as well. His or her. Anything we are missing here? Let's see. Done. Are we missing any most commonly used possessive pronouns here so far?
I don't know.
Okay. What is we in Hindi?
Hamara.
Very good. So we is hum. Let's see. Done. Okay. So I'm going to come to you as well. But done. You want to share? As you know all the possessive pronouns now, right? You want to come up with a possessive pronoun that is are. So we is hum, and that's, you want to convert from we to are. Try it out. I think you should be able to do it. So we is, as I said, hum. And all you have to do is put the post position ka, ke, and ki. You already got some answer from someone.
Hamka?
Huh? Hum?
Hamka?
Hamka, okay. Close, okay. In fact, in some of the regional language, you would probably hear them saying hamka, which is, in Hindi it's different, but closer. So, close. Look at this one. Tumhara, tumhari, and tumhare. Now try it again. Like you don't say tumka, tumki, and tumke, right? So try to use this as an example. So you see that? Hamara, very good. Hamara. Okay, next one.
Mari.
Okay, 1 minute. Hamara, and then you have hamari. Okay. And hamare. Very good. Great. Thanks for trying. Now let's collect a lot of nouns. Now try to give nouns, not just the different kind of nouns. Give me different kind of nouns, not just like masculine, feminine. Just like let's see how you can help me create a set of nouns. Okay. Samarji wrote that I didn't get to watch the last week video. That's completely fine. Okay, don't worry about that. This is I'll try to cover in such a way that there is no dependency on the previous. Now let's try to, as I said, try to create a list of nouns, and I want you to help me with here. I can start with one that Christina ji mentioned, which is kitabe. Books, which is kitabe. Okay, I want more nouns from you guys. Okay, great. Some of you wrote gadi, so I'm going to write gadi as well. Gadi is a car. Some of you wrote bagicha, which is garden. Bagicha, okay. Inga ji has written dost. Don't be shy, just keep writing, okay? Any noun that you can think of, okay? Parivar, okay, great. Parivar. Parivar is family, as you know. Okay. Kutta, Billi, Beta, Beti, Topi. Okay, great. Okay. So you have any kind of like animal. Okay. You have Topi as well. Topi is hat. So it's great to see Juta. Juta is a shoe. So it's good to see it coming from you. Okay, Desh, great. Desh is a country. Okay. Dunia, okay. Thela, Thela is a bag. Thela is bag. Okay. Kamra, Kamra is room. Okay. And let's see how are our friends doing on the Facebook side. So I think Sarah Ji has written all the pronouns there. This is great. Okay. So now let's see. This is simple. Okay. Hopefully, even for complete beginners, like which it should not be a surprise. Now all you're doing is using possessive pronouns with the nouns to show the ownership. Okay. If I want to say my car, okay, I will use meri gadi. Okay, and with the explanation that is given by some of you, it should be clear that gadi is feminine singular in Hindi. That's why I'm using meri gadi. Okay. Similarly, you want to say your friend. Okay, friend is dost in Hindi, and you can say aapka dost. Okay. For a friend which is girl, you use saheli, so it's aapki saheli. Okay, dost, I use it interchangeably, to be quite honest with you. Some of our female friends, I just call them dost as well, but that's just me. But you can say saheli as well. Okay, if you want to say my family, okay, I will say mera parivar. Okay, now I'm gonna ask, regardless of whether you're a beginner or intermediate advanced, I want you to try all these combinations. Okay, so I may put some of the people on the spot, but I want all of you right now in the class to try out at least 4 different combinations. Okay, either you can pick nouns from here or you can pick nouns of your choice. So it's an in-class exercise, because I know a lot of you are busy. Everyone is busy, so let's just do the in-class exercise. Okay, where you practice possessive pronouns with the nouns. Okay, and at the same time I'm going to ask some of you. So Tisina ji, you want to unmute yourself and give me a couple of examples?
Mera bagicha.
Mera bagicha, what does it mean?
My garden.
My garden. Okay, you want to give one more?
Aapka parivar.
Aapka parivar, your family. Great. Let's see. Antonio, you want to unmute yourself and give me some examples?
Meri gadi.
Meri gadi. Okay, so Meri gadi. Okay, this is, I gave it, so you have to pick a new one now.
So, hamari gadi.
Hamari gadi. Okay, so our car. Great. Anyone? Anything else? You want to give one more example?
Meri topi.
Meri topi. Okay, great. Meri topi, which is my hat. Great.
Can I?
Yep.
Ashu Ji,
Yeah.
can I say unke parivar or
Unka parivar. Okay.
unka parivar?
Family is still considered sort of like a one unit, right? So it's unka parivar, which is basically their family. Okay. Unka parivar, their family. Great. Let's see. Someone who's not tried before. Tom, you want to give one example?
Yes, is the since it must match in gender and number. Mere kamre.
Mere kamre. Okay, my rooms. Okay, great. Let's see. Mastaramji, you want to share something?
Mera makan.
Mera makan. Great. So my house. Makan, we don't have it here. I'm going to write it down here. Makan is house. So it's Mera Makan, my house. Great. Inga ji.
Hamari lassi.
Very good. Hamari?
Hamari lassi.
Lassi. Okay. The mango lassi, right? You're talking about this lassi?
Hamari mango lassi.
Hamari mango lassi. Okay. So I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Hamari lassi. Okay. So you want to, let's say you want to say, where is our mango lassi? How will you say that? Where?
Lassi.
Very good, right? So you see, it's where is our mango lassi? Like, you know, you ordered, group of you ordered mango lassi. It hasn't come to you, and you're like, Hamari mango lassi kahan hai? Okay, it's not changing into any oblique case. Yeah, somebody's asking question. Manori ji?
No.
Okay, got it. I just want to make sure you're not asking a question here. Awesome. And Jayashri ji, you want to try?
Hamara desh.
Hamara desh. Okay, which is?
Our country.
Okay. You want to make a sentence from it?
Hamara desh.
It's beautiful. Let's say you want to say Hamara desh, our country is beautiful.
Hamara desh sundar hai.
Very good. Hamara desh sundar hai. Simple example, simple sentence. You can talk about it, okay? Meera ji, you want to unmute yourself?
Meri billi.
Meri billi, okay? So you have Mary and you have animal, Meri billi. You want to say my billi, my cat is very fast.
मेरी बिल्ली बहुत जल्दी है.
तेज है. You can say तेज है. You can say तेज. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see. Nandini ji, how are you doing?
मैं ठीक हूँ.
You wanna give one example?
उसका जूता लाल है.
Okay, very good. So you have उसका जूता लाल है. Great. Let's see. Sumit, you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. Say उनके जूते, okay. गंदे हैं.
Very good. Their shoes are dirty. So you said उनके. You use a plural form of it. So जूता becomes जूते. Just like लड़का लड़के, जूता जूते. So you said उनके जूते गंदे हैं. Their shoes are dirty. Okay, great. Now we have, I think most of you tried. Tyler ji, your turn.
Terahati.
Okay, which one?
I was using Terra.
Okay.
But I could use two para.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We just didn't have Terra up there.
Yeah.
But Terahati.
Okay, your elephant. Tera hati. Make a sentence out of it. Can you make a big sentence or a simple sentence?
Terahati bada hai.
Tera hati bada. Your elephant is big. Okay, good. Let's see. Sharon ji.
I made a sentence. मेरे पैर खिल रहे हैं.
मेरे पैर. My. Okay. Good. Say it again. Go again. मेरे पैर is trees. Okay.
Khil, like flowering or blooming.
Okay.
रहे हैं.
Okay, great. Okay. I heard गिर रहे हैं, which is also correct. But yeah, my मेरे पेड़ पौधे खिल रहे हैं. पेड़ पौधे is like, you know, plant as well as tree, right? So you putting them together. Great. In case if I didn't get a chance to talk to you, you know, हिंदी का ऊपर you give an example. Great. हमारे देश में लोकतंत्र है. Okay, great. So in our country we have democracy. Nate, you want to give this one a try as well?
Yes.
So, uska sari lal hai.
Okay, so what is sari? Is it masculine or feminine?
I think it's masculine, right?
Okay.
So it will be.
And ending with e, the noun ending with e, like ladki, sari. Huh?
Feminine.
Okay, so which one will you use?
Uski sari lal hai.
Uski sari lal hai. Great, awesome. And in case if I didn't get a chance to talk to you, I'm gonna really scan through the names again, and the next one we will do exercise. I'm gonna include you, but the homework assignment here is try to make at least a little bit of a longer sentence. Now that you know how to use possessive pronouns with nouns, okay, and it is sort of coming together. If there are still questions, do write to me and we'll discuss it. But my ask here is at least write a small short paragraph. Okay, it's okay, it's simple. It's okay that you're just repeating it, but that's the point. Okay, start with a very simple short paragraph, and then either share it in the WhatsApp group or run it by some of your native friends who are native speakers and see if they can help you with the corrections, etc. Okay, so this was our first half where we discussed or strengthened our understanding of Hindi possessive pronouns. Now we'll start a little bit of a more advanced topic, which is how to express continuity of an action in Hindi. Okay, so I expect here that most of you know basic Hindi words. You have a good understanding of Hindi tenses. Okay, so I'll start with a very simple example. If an example is he works, you will say वह काम करता है और वह काम करती है. If it is she works, work is काम करना. So all I have done is remove the na and I have put ta here. Okay, this simply implies that a person works habitually on a regular basis. So far so good, there is no continuity here. If you have he is working, this is showing something that is happening right now. Okay, but still this is not showing the continuity of an action. Okay, you will say वह काम, as most of you are probably thinking in your head, you remove the na and you say वह काम कर रहा है. Okay, because this is present continuous, you remove the na and you put raha, rahi or rahe based on the pronoun. But what if you have a person or a friend, he has a habit of he keeps on working. Okay, you will, in English you will say he keeps on working. Okay, how do you say that in Hindi? Okay, because this is showing repetition, okay, over a period of time. It's showing continuity of an action. He keeps on working. Okay, he keeps on eating. If your friend is a foodie and they keep on eating, you will show continuity using that. Okay, or if somebody is a smoker, you will say he keeps on smoking. Okay, and if somebody is shopaholic, say they keep on shopping. So you are trying to show continuity here. I'm not trying to go into the Hindi of it yet, like how do you say it in Hindi, but I would really get from you, can you share some more example where you can express continuity of action in English? So I'm gonna go across the room and ask some of you to share some more example. I think someone is raising their hand. Yeah, Sarah, go for it.
Yeah, so I have a hard time figuring out when to use this and when not to use it.
Yeah.
Can you, instead of he keeps on working, can't you just say that he works a lot?
You can say that.
What is the difference?
Yeah, you can say that, right? He works a lot. You can totally say that.
I have a hard time figuring out like when would you actually use this to say like somebody keeps on doing something, because it seems kind of awkward in English.
No. So in English, what will you say? Like when will you say he works a lot? So this is a good example. You have he keeps on working versus he works a lot. Do you in your mind as a native speaker, when do you use this versus when do you use this?
Yeah, to me there's not much of a difference.
That's
I don't
right.
even think I would say like he keeps on working.
Yeah.
To me, it sounds awkward.
So just like that, as a Hindi speaker, I don't really differentiate that much. I can say वह बहुत काम करता है और वह काम करता रहता है. Okay, I don't. Yeah.
Isn't there where you would say he keeps on working even when he's tired?
Yeah.
I mean, isn't there kind of like it needs a little bit of something, right? He keeps on working even when he's hungry, even when he's tired, you know.
Yeah. So वह बहुत काम करता है. You can use that as well. I think your understanding is absolutely right, Kelly Ji. About you're trying to put a context here, which is absolutely correct. But
Ashu Ji?
Yeah.
What about he works all the time?
Yeah. He works all the time. Let's put that also here. He works all the time. वह पूरा टाइम काम करता रहता है और पूरे समय काम करता रहता है. Yeah, that's also again there are many ways to say the same thing. That's not that is completely okay. That there are many ways to say that. But the question again comes back to, as a native English speaker, do you differentiate when will you use this or this? Do you prioritize one over the other?
No, I think it all means the same thing.
Yeah. So the idea here is like we will be using two verbs, REHNA and JANA, to show the continuity. Okay. If you're comfortable using the other forms, stick with those. If you're completely comfortable with that, but these are, in my opinion, you should learn about these two verbs. Okay. It will strengthen your understanding on some of the other areas. Okay, if it is optional, I would have told you, but this one is important. Okay, and this one is a good topic, so you should definitely. Anandini ji, you are raising your hand as well. Go for it.
Isn't it in Hindi and some of the South Indian languages, when you want to emphasize something, then you say keeps on. It just adds that extra element to it. To say he's working a lot. It's another way of saying. I think it's very specific for some languages. It's not a direct translation from English.
It's
just the emphasis.
That is correct. Can you share some more examples here?
He keeps on working day and night.
Yeah. He keeps on working day and night. I'll write you one more example here. Okay, which is basically you have a habitual liar. Okay, how will you say it? I mean, ideally, I'm going to write it down here. You will say, you keep on lying. Now, you can essentially use the other forms as well. He lies a lot. You can use other forms as well. That's not a problem. But yeah, if somebody is a habitual liar, you want to show the continuity over a period of time. Okay, you will add this element. Keep on. Okay. Any other thought before we get into the how to say it in Hindi? Because it's more important. Like changing it to Hindi is not a problem. I think once you know the formula, you will get to it. But I think we want to discuss something that is not covered in the Ashu Ji book, which is what Sarah alluded to. Like, how do I know I have to use this form? Anyone else? Yeah, Tyler Ji? Yeah, go for it, Tyler.
So what I was going to say is that thinking kind of in the past tense, I think in that sense it might give a little bit of clarity on when we would use like keep over like working a lot. Like, say you were saying, I asked him a question, but he kept working. Versus I wouldn't say I asked him a question and he worked a lot.
That's correct.
That doesn't really specify that he ignored that and kept working.
That is a wonderful point, actually. Sarah, does that make sense? Like, you ask someone for help.
Yeah, that helps.
Right? Because they, in the past, they continued to work. Okay?
Right.
Rather than वो बहुत काम कर, you will end up using वो बहुत काम करता रहा. You won't say उसने बहुत काम किया. Yeah,
right.
So that's a good one. That's a good trick.
I have another quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
I recently learned, what was the word? Shanti, like peace, peaceful. And I was trying to say to be peaceful. And I said something like Shanti Banao. And then someone corrected me and said it should be like Shanti Raho.
Shant raho.
Right. Yeah, Shant Raho instead of Shant Banao. So I don't really understand why I would use REHNA and that. Because for me, Hona is to become, right? So to me, I'm to be peaceful, it would be Shant Banao instead of Shant Raho.
So I think it's basically stay silent. Slightly different, but yeah, I'll look into that as well and share with you.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. So I hope the explanation that Tyler gave will give you some more, background on an action that is, you're expressing continuity of an action. Okay. So Usha Jain directly gets into the tenses part of it. I want to really start with the imperative sentences. Okay. And hopefully that will clarify that to you. Okay. Hopefully that will give you some more context. So let's say here we will do a case one of expressing continuity of an action. You meet your family member, let's say your nephews and nieces, and you want to tell them, you want to motivate them, and you want to say keep studying, right? You want to tell them that keep on studying it, right? I mean, how do you say that? Okay. Anyone would like to study is? Okay, so padna. Okay, padna, or I can also say padhai karna. Okay. If I want to use imperative form, Tyler, how will I say keep studying? Okay.
And then I'll know what the kind of would it just be raheta?
Okay. So you said padte, and I want to use the form because it's imperative. It's the point here is you have to use the form of REHNA to show the continuity, and I want to tell you that use the form raho. Padte raho.
Oh yeah, because we're doing imperatives here.
Yeah, right now we are doing imperative, so you just say padte raho. Okay, padte raho. So far so good. Stick with me right now, everyone. It may be still hard, but stick with me, okay? You have keep working hard. Keep working hard. Someone who's not tried before, let's say Suvilai, how will you say keep working hard in Hindi? So you use the word and a form of REHNA.
Come, karte, come hard. I don't know how to hard.
Okay.
Come, karte, raho.
Very good. Very good. So you can say काम करना, or you can also say मेहनत करना. Now try to say it again.
मेहनत करना, मेहनत करते रहो.
मेहनत करते रहो. मेहनत करते रहो. Okay. That's how you will motivate anyone when you are encouraging them to keep working hard. मेहनत करते रहो. Okay. Let's have keep learning. And even though I may be asking some of you, I want all of you to at least think about it in your head or write it down. Keep learning. Okay. Hindi cowboy. Keep learning.
सीखते रहो.
Very good. सीखते रहो. सीखते रहो. Okay, सीखते रहो. Let's say keep smiling. Keep smiling. Meeraji, you want to do this one? Keep smiling.
हंसते रहो.
Okay. Keep laughing. Or to smile is muskurana as well. So.
मुस्कुराते रहो.
Very good. मुस्कुराते रहो. मुस्कुराते रहो. Great, right? And then, you know how in India, when you touch the feet of the elders, they give you blessing, right? I mean, so, and they'll tell you, keep living. Keep living. Sharmila ji, what is that? How do you say it in Hindi?
जीते रहो.
Very good, right? जीते रहो. जीते रहो. Okay? To live is जीना, and you said जीते रहो. This is how when you touch someone's feet or you bow down to them, this is the default, most commonly given blessing, जीते रहो. Okay? Now, do you see there is some common pattern here? That's a continuity of an action. They're not saying it one time. They are trying to express continuity of an action. Any questions here so far on case 1? Okay, I think someone is...
Ashu Ji.
Yeah, let's one person at a time. So let's say Uni first go, and then after that, yeah.
I have question about Laho. But why this REHNA, this verb changed to Raho?
Yeah, because we are using imperative form in case 1. Imperative. You can use other forms as well. You remember imperative, we have 4 forms. Very informal, which is reh, padhte reh, okay, padhte raho, padhte rahiye, and padhte rahiyega. Okay, I use this one as it is somewhat of the middle, basically. You're not very rude, at the same time you're not extremely polite. So
okay, Hindi में लिखिए.
Okay, Hindi में लिखो
Raho.
So you have ra, ha with o. पढ़ते रहो. Ra, ha with o. So if you go to any Hindi, like in an Indian shop, some of the shops or some of the trucks, like the Indian trucks, like when you see them on the road, you might see them in the behind, like written muskurate raho, right? Okay, so we have a couple of more folks raising hand, Nandini ji and then Tyler. So Nandini ji, you go now.
Is there not a hidden tum there? It's almost saying tum jite raho. That's why it's raho. I mean, that's how I'm guessing.
Okay, that's right.
And then rahiye or whatever.
That's right. So what she's saying is like, even though you don't have the pronoun here, it's implied that when I'm talking to someone, you are addressing them. So if somebody's touching, nobody touches my feet in my younger generation, okay? but it's, if I'm giving them the blessing, yes, like, tum jeete raho, basically, right? I mean, but yeah, that's what, you're absolutely right. Okay, Tyler ji, you were also raising your hand?
No, it should have been down. I double checked it.
Okay, awesome. Any other questions, comments? Anjali ji? Question, comment? Can you think of something? Yeah. Can you think of any other examples just with this pattern on case 1? You keep studying.
Khate raho.
Huh? Which one?
Khate raho.
Khate raho. Okay, khate raho. Okay, very good.
Every time I go to India, they're just like, here, eat this.
Khate raho. Very good. Khate raho. Okay, Colin.
Ashu Ji,
yeah.
Could you also do something like khade raho?
Khade raho. Very good.
Like keep standing.
Very good. Okay, this is a very good example. Khade raho. When will you use it?
I don't know, maybe, somebody's trying to work out or something,
yeah.
and they don't want them sitting down and losing some progress.
Yeah, so that's a good example.
He's standing.
That's a good example. As a kid growing up, when the teachers are giving a punishment, they would totally say that khade raho. Like don't even try to sit down now. Khade raho. Okay. Great.
How about jate raho? Keep going.
Keep going. Okay.
Or is that not in the same vein?
So instead of jate, you can use chalna. So,
Okay.
right, then it's correct.
And then how about intezar karte raho?
That's right. You can say that intezar karte raho. Keep on waiting. Okay. So, for example, you want to teach someone that the train is not going to come. Keep on waiting. Intezar karte raho. Right. I mean, so you can say that. Colin, you want to try?
I was also going to say one thing. That's I don't know whether it's true in Hindi, but in Punjabi, we often might say something like, instead of "Padhte raho," you might say "Padhte rehna."
You can say that. There are cases where you can say "Padhte rehna." You can totally do that. That's not a problem.
Like it's an imperative, but you keep on doing it. It's like a more continuity.
I mean, I can see it being used for terhana, like when you are, yeah.
So, Ashu Ji, is it fair to say that instead of saying raho, then we could just substitute in any of the imperative, like ye, yega, and just the form without the o,
yes.
That kind of
So
stuff.
khade rahiye, you can say khade rahiye ka khada rahe. Okay, when you are being very informal about it, khada rahe. Okay. Similarly here also padhte rahiyega or padhta rahe. Okay, or padhte rehna, as we don't use it that much, but I can see how it's being used. What Colin is saying. Okay. Anyone else would like to try? Be honest, who is finding it hard? Raise your hand.
Just one more. Can you say then baat karte raho?
Okay, baat karte raho. You can say that, Kelly ji, completely. Baat karte raho. Keep on talking.
Khush raho.
Khush raho. Very good. Okay, so I have some hands. Manohari ji, share your difficulty. What's the hard part here?
See, basic grammar, I didn't go through the first thing, so
Okay.
it's kind of hard. But I'm still trying to stay with that.
So not a problem. Take a verb, any verb that you are comfortable with.
How about he keeps sleeping?
Okay. So keep sleeping.
Yeah.
Keep sleeping.
Sona.
Okay, so sona is the verb. Use the same pattern.
So
padna.
Sotara.
Very good. So padna becomes padte.
Padta.
Okay.
Padte.
So similarly,
Sote.
very good. So it would be sote.
Raho.
Very good.
Sote raho.
Sote raho.
Oh, okay.
See, it's not that hard.
Okay.
Sote raho. Right. So now in all of them, you are implying that you are telling it to a male. Okay. You can say soti raho as well to a female. Okay. You can say for masculine plural also, you can say that sote raho. Okay. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of it, but at least if one thing I wanted you guys to understand with the imperative as opposed to directly jumping into the tenses was to show the continuity of action. Okay, like Jeete Raho is a very good example. When you're giving blessing to someone, it's showing the continuity of a period of time. Okay, so now I'll jump to the case 2. If you still have question, let's see if it gets resolved in the next one that we will cover. Okay, so now we have the tenses. So in this case, Usha Jain, she uses multiple examples in different tenses. She uses present continuous, she uses past continuous. She also uses like future tenses as well. Okay, so let's say he keeps on working. Okay, so we'll just play around with this example. So if we had he works, we have वह काम करता है. Okay, वह काम करता है. Now, because we want to show continuity, we will use form of रहना. So we'll say वह काम, you use as it is, करता, because it's he, you will say वह काम करता रहता है. Okay, he keeps on working, which is वह काम करता रहता है. If it is
so Ashu Ji, in the last tense that we did, would it always be the plural masculine ending, like we were doing birthday instead of like birthday? Is that always the case in the imperative?
So imperative, most commonly you will put the masculine oblique form, but you will see Hindi speakers, if you want to be if you want to be very particular about female, you can still hear them padti raho, okay, or jeeti raho. So to give an example, like jeete raho is a default one, but like if a female is respecting or bowing down, jeeti raho, right? So it's yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So this is a male, वह काम करता रहता है. How about a female? She keeps on working. Done. What do you think it would be if instead of he, she keeps on working? वह
करता रहती है.
Okay, so this is correct. रहती. What about this? If you have she works, would be वह काम
खाती.
Very good. वह काम करती रहती है. This is female. So the form of this and this is based on the pronoun that you have here. Okay. Let's say now you have they keep on working. Nate, you want to try this one? They keep on working.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
वे काम करते रहते हैं.
So you have वे and then this is as it is. काम and you have करते
रहते
हैं. Very good. वे काम करते रहते हैं. Great. Any other pronoun we want to use here, just so that we have one example and we are trying it for different pronouns. And then soon I will change the tense. Right now it's present scenarios, okay, showing the continuity in the present. So we have वह, he, she, and we have they. Okay, let's do one more, which is we keep on working. Sharon Ji, you want to try this one? We keep on working.
So that would be हम काम करते रहते हैं.
Same. Okay, हम काम करते रहते हैं. Great. हम काम करते रहते हैं. Any questions on this? I think we probably have to continue this topic next week as well. But any questions so far? While we have time, I can at least take some questions from you.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go for it.
So, can we use this aspect with the subjunctive as well? I know it's like it's out of bounds for this session, maybe, but
no, go for
I was
it.
just really curious about it. Like, for example, a sentence would be like, if the lockdown situation were to continue, we would keep on working from home.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So how will you say that in Hindi?
So in my mind, I was thinking like, agar lockdown situation continue होते हैं, तो हम घर से काम करते
रहेंगे.
हम.
Yeah, हम घर से we would continue to work from home. हम घर से काम करते रहेंगे.
Okay, use the future version instead.
But it implies that it's not you are still speculating, right? So in that sense, it's still like हम घर से काम करते रहेंगे. You are not removing the gay here, unlike some of the other scenarios. Like you're not removing the रहेंगे का last part here. If this is what you are thinking in your head.
There is one example in Ashu Ji of I want her to keep on singing. So they had मैं चाहता हूँ कि वो गाती रहे.
Okay, so yeah, so just like that, shayad. So here's I would do that. Shayad hum, and this is I think Antonio, right? You were asking this one. Shayad hum घर से काम करते रहें. This is how I would say that. And you can put anything before that. अगर lockdown situation continue तो शायद हम घर से काम करते रहें. Is that what you were thinking in your head, Antonio?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Yeah. You can say that. हम घर से काम करते रहें. It took me some time to kind of like put your sentence in the context, but yes, you can say that. And then now Kelly ji, you were saying मैं चाहती हूँ कि वो गाती रहे. Yes, you can
That's
say
the easy subjunctive, right? The shayad, I guess, shayad and the I want or
yep. So we'll practice more subjunctives as soon as we are done with the basic part, but in short, yes, you can use it for subjunctives as well. Yeah. So this is the present scenario. Let's do some past also. Okay. So you have hum काम. So let's just convert all of them to past. वह काम करता रहता है. Now you want to say he used to keep on working. He used to keep on working. Professor, you want to try that, Professor Claire?
Oh, काम करता रहता था.
Very good. He used to keep on working. वह काम करता रहता था. Let's do the female. Tisina ji, she used to keep on working.
वो काम करती रहती थी.
Okay, वो काम करती रहती थी. Very good. Now let's do this one as well. Sarah ji, you want to do this one? They used to keep on working.
And that's going to be feminine?
Yeah, so they.
They,
yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it could be they काम करते रहते हैं or they काम करती रहती हैं.
They, past, right? They used to keep on.
Yep. They. Oh, wait.
Wait.
काम करते रहते हैं. Okay.
Yeah, they used to keep on working. वे काम करते रहते थे. Okay, and we'll do one more. Nandini ji, you want to try this one? We used to keep on working.
हम काम करते रहते थे.
Okay, हम काम करते रहते थे. Great. So far we have tried the present and the past. Okay. Let's do one more. I know I want to. taking some extra time, but let's do the future as well, okay? Which is the future form of REHNA, okay? He will keep on working, she will keep on working, they will keep on working, and we will keep on working, okay? So let's see, Christina, you want to try this one? He will keep on working.
वो काम करता रहूंगा.
Okay, so वह. So it would be. So for मैं it would be रहूंगा. For वह it would be.
रहेगा.
Very good. Very good. Right. So वह काम करता रहेगा. Okay. Now let's do this one. Done. She will keep on working.
काम करती रहेगी.
Rahegi. Very good. Rahegi. Rahegi. Okay. Let's do this one. Manohari ji, they will keep on working.
वे काम करते रहेंगे.
Rahenge.
रहेंगे.
Very good. Okay, and then last one, Sharmila ji, we will keep on working.
हम काम करते रहेंगे.
Awesome. हम काम करते रहेंगे. See, I know you may still have some questions, and this is a slightly longer topic. I have some more scenarios. So we have done 2 cases, imperative and some tenses. Next week we will continue with compulsion, obligation, and subjunctives as well. Okay, and then after that we'll get into like how to use. So far you use REHNA, how to use jana. When you want to express continuity, and what is the difference between REHNA and jana, because that's another very, very simple. They're very close, yet there are some cases where you would prefer jana over REHNA. Okay, so I'm going to stop the broadcast. I'm going to quickly take some questions.